Silence. The world of sound opens up the universe of action to those who gesture, and silent praise is expressed by the sign language. It is estimated that 16% of the world population cannot hear.
To read and write is very hard for most of the deaf population. That's why they need the Bible into their own sign language.
The lack of social inclusion of the deaf is perceived in various areas of life, and in the church, it is no different. Christian ministries that work with deaf are still few. This is what makes them one of the less evangelized segments of the world.
Most people have no idea of the tremendous need for Bible translation among the deaf. In fact, if taken together, the deaf communities make up the world's largest unreached people group. Even today, not one single full text of Scripture exists in any of the over 450 sign languages, and only one language has the New Testament.
There are more than 450 sign languages in the world. None of them have a complete Bible, and only one has a complete New Testament translated. But God has raised a new time. With the DOT methodology, Deaf Ownership Translation, developed by Wycliffe Associates, it is possible to mobilize the church and to accelerate the biblical translation to sign languages, just like what is happening in Paraguay.
The workshop in Paraguay is very exciting. We have 7 different countries represented with almost 60 translators who are all coming together under the same roof and working to translate the Bible into their own sign language.
My name is Edward. My last name is Amarilla. This is my sign name. I live in Paraguay here. What is meaningful this conference, South American conference for me? I can see how many different sign languages they can hear, and we can have a very good time. I'm so happy and excited about. It's so nice that we can share and how it's important. I really thank God for that.
The Bible translation for sign languages follows 8 steps of the DOT methodology. First, the translator consumes the text, reading it various times. Then, he or she expresses the text to a colleague of the group. Then, it's time to group the verses to translate small portions of text. The next step is called the memory draft in sign language and is filmed. In the 5th step, the translator makes a self-verification. Then the translation is checked by another person in the group. The 7th step is to check the key words to see if all that is in the biblical text was included in the translation. The 8th step is to check each verse in context. In steps 5 through 8, all mistakes are noted and corrected at appropriate times. At the end, the facilitator of the group makes a last review and final filming takes place.
After the translators have gone through all of the 8 steps of the process, which includes the 4 steps of checking, then they come to the final room for a camera shoot where they are going to take their entire chapter and put it collectively into one video. This is a portion where we try to do 2 things. Of course, capture the entire chapter so they can take it home, but we also want to make it simple enough so they can manage the equipment themselves. So if we never see them again, they have a tool that's in their hands to continue translation.
In DOT projects, you can participate if you are deaf or hard of hearing but are fluent in sign language. If you know churches or ministries that work with deaf people, Contact Wycliffe Associates and become a part of this great Bible translation challenge for sign language.